her.
Yeah. Setting it up right now.
All right, Meg said she's on her way.
Hello.
Oh, look, there she is. Oh, she can't hear us yet.
Nope.
Hello.
Hey, Meg.
Hi.
I really love that background, John.
Yeah, it looks so real.
I know, right? It's the
That's
beauty
crazy.
of the green screen. All right, I can see us on YouTube, so it's good. How's everybody doing?
Good.
How you feeling, Meg?
Much better. My fever broke like yesterday around 5 or 6. So as long as I make it through the rest of the today, I'm officially good.
It's good, good, good. My mom's sick too, so.
Oh no, is she okay?
Same thing. She had like some stomach issues, and then she had a fever, and then not sure.
So I just went to the Minute Clinic to get tested, and they have you swab yourself.
Yeah.
But the woman was just kind of talking to me, and she said based on my symptoms, it was something that she had like last week. She said there's a bad stomach bug going around, but it's better to be safe than sorry. She did say that I should have my results at the latest by Saturday. So unlike Alicia, I won't have to wait for 3
weeks.
My mom and dad got them this morning. They got tested this morning just in case. So we'll see, but yeah, same thing. Anyway, we're live on YouTube, so why we're sharing our personal sickness stories with everyone on YouTube. That's great.
Just really transparent.
We are. Yeah. We're very transparent.
And we're just taking, showing that we take every precaution when it comes to COVID.
Yeah, see, we're all remote. I'm in the tropics somewhere. So today we are doing our first book club on Zoom since we're all separate. And we are going to be talking about Stormfront by Jim Butcher. There you go. Good job, Meg. So we'll go around. This is the third time I think Alicia and I have reviewed this book. So
this is like really the 4th or 5th time I've read this book.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time I've read it. So
what?
All right, so let's go around real quick and give your first impressions. Did you like the book? Did you not like the book? What's the deal? Go ahead, Meg. You can go. Meg, you can go first.
Okay. I found it entertaining in the sense that I read the whole thing, but I despise the main character. He sucks so hard. In my humble opinion, the fact that you guys have read this book so many times makes me feel like that we're going to disagree a lot, which, makes book club more entertaining. But his whole fake separate self-deprecating while also believing that he's the smartest person in the room, it just reminded me of so many people I went to high school with, and just I could not stand that kind of trope of a male character.
Yeah,
but there were also little characters that I loved.
Yeah, I think Alicia and I will come somewhat on the same page as you in that his character develops a lot more as we progress through the series. So,
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Does he use the word cheerleader as often?
No.
It's a very remedial approach to his character in the first book. And it is very chauvinistic.
The interesting thing is, so my sister is a huge Dresden Files fan. I actually tried really hard to get her to be able to join us today because she is on Dresden Reddit and everything. Jesus. But with her being on the West Coast and responsible for 2 tiny people's education.
Yeah.
Didn't really work out. She hates the first 3 books. Hates them.
That makes me feel a lot better because I was like, oh my gosh, this series is going to be terrible.
She actually suggests people start, I don't remember if it's book 4 or 5, but after he wrote a few books, he actually wrote what the fandom, I don't know what they call themselves, refer to as a second on-ramp so that people don't have to read the first book. It gets a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I'm so excited now
because a bunch of my favorite characters from the series you haven't met yet, and
so far my favorite character is Toot Toot.
I love Toot Toot.
He was by far the most enjoyable. I also have such a strong love for pizza, so I was right in there with that.
When I originally read it, Toot Toot and Bob.
Yes, that was my favorite one.
Since I kept going.
Bob has to be one of your favorite characters. He's amazing.
You little wind-peeping Tom.
Be Bob, not gonna lie. Like someone
Yep.
stuck my head in a skull, I'd be the same way. Like, bring me romance novels and let me go prowl around in a cat.
It's amazing.
That's fantastic. Yeah, those are my two favorite characters. Was not a big fan of him, but I'm excited to see like how he progresses now. You just made me so excited for the rest of the series. I
Yeah.
thought this was going to be one of those things that I have to choke down for the rest.
Nah. The I don't even think the second book's that bad. I think it gets better pretty quickly.
I remember if it was the second or third where my sister's just like, whoa, won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. My hair does like really weird things when I'm wearing these headphones, and it's really distracting to me. Sidebar.
Don't look
John,
at
I'm sure
yourself.
you're aware, but since most of my life is spent on video calls with Alicia now, it's mildly similar to being on a video call with a 7-year-old.
Oh yeah.
It's very distracted by everything.
I
In
know.
the best way. I love children. I just think it's so funny that you'll just be like, okay, and then genius.
I'll just jingle shiny objects over here for Alicia.
Are those the safety pins?
They are, yeah.
Yes.
I started putting them in. It's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
What
You
do
get a
what are you
thimble.
doing?
You need a thimble.
I don't have a thimble.
We should add
What
It's
that.
actually
are
a
you
good
doing
idea.
for safety pin?
So we got a curtain to go behind me here to give texture if we're not using the green screen. But we need to Velcro it up there, and the Velcro doesn't stick on the velvet curtains. So we have to,
Yeah. Push
safety
pins or
pin them in.
thumbtacks might be
Yeah.
easier.
it's going to be a chore for sure. So we shall see.
Anyway, I just derailed the conversation. What's next,
Anyway,
John?
Sure.
John, what do you think of the book?
I mean, I think it's an enjoyable, it's an entertaining book to read. It's not like it's poorly written or anything. So I feel the same way. I think Dresden in the first book is certainly a hateable character. But there's enough texture and there's enough world building around it to kind of make up for it enough for me to get through. And knowing that it gets better for me is good too. I think it's the same thing we're going to see with Stephen King, right? Where it's, in the beginning, you're like, oh, this is a little bit rough. And then as it progresses, the writing gets better, the people get better, those type of things. So,
Yeah. And I've made it to book 13 in the past with
Yeah.
Dresden.
How many books are in this series?
Oh, I think they're on 16.
Oh my gosh, I bought the first 3. I was thinking there was like maybe 4.
Oh no.
No.
He
No.
just released, I think he just released one and he's got another one coming out. Or he just
Oh,
released.
this is great. This is wonderful. This
So
is gonna
it
go a long
like
time.
you like watch Dresden as technology changes around him, which is actually really interesting. And I'm with how much technology's changed since I read the third book, the 13th book. Something like that.
sure.
I'm really interested to see where they go with it. And I wish that was actually something that they explored more. Cause like, I feel like it was the wrong heavy-handed way that they talked about wizards and technology. And I feel like it could have been a really interesting thing to have dived into from like a pseudoscience
Yeah, that's awesome.
perspective.
I do think that's an interesting little thing that they put in there about like wizards and magic interfering with technology like that. And I wish it was explained a little bit more, or that there was like a little bit more happening there.
Yeah. But all in all, I think it's an interesting start. I like that we're starting a lot of things from the beginning. So it kind of is going to develop the conversation. I think we're going to spend the next year or two on Stephen King and Dresden, which will be interesting. So
Who's
Yeah,
your
I
favorite
have
character?
a friend I have certain people who ask when we're doing certain Stephen King books and want to jump in just for those.
yeah.
So I think that that's going to be really cool. Like have people that like love a book or something jump
Yeah.
in for a certain one.
Maybe
think
we
it'll
can
be
get my
fun.
sister for one of the later Dresden ones.
Yeah.
Is it Stand? What's the Stephen King book that you talked about that's super long?
The Stand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of my friends who's a heavy reader, he has been looking for an excuse to read that, and he says he just
Yeah.
never brings him to. So he's going to join our book club for that one.
That's a great one. It's like 1,100 pages. It's long.
Yeah, I was saying I think that we should try and read it during the winter. More
I
trapped
think
inside.
that one will pop up during the winter because that's like, so
John's got it all scheduled out.
I do.
I love it. Also, on a very personal note, I really like that we're starting all these things from the beginning, just as I started like my bite-sized journey and we like changed all this process. It's just like
Yeah.
it's a very transitional feeling. It just makes everything start. It's very nice. I like it in my
We're
head.
bringing in
Yeah.
new good things on the tail end of 2020 here.
Yes.
Yeah. Trying to put out the dumpster fire. with
So the
some
stand. So
optimism.
we're done. Carrie. We're done. Salem's Lot, which will be next week for everybody watching on YouTube. We're doing Salem's Lot next week. The Shining will be after that, which is a very good one.
I'm so excited for that.
Then we have Rage, which is more of a short story. Then we have Night Shift, which is like a bunch of short stories. So that's like a compendium book. And then we have The Stand after that. So The Stand's going to be like November-ish.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
When we finish one of the two series, we should do the same thing with Neil Gaiman.
Oh, yeah. I would love to do
Oh
that.
yeah. I've already read a lot of him, but I would love that.
What did we do? We did Neverwhere for him, and we did
Did you do American
The
Gods?
Ocean at the End of the
No, we haven't
Lane.
done- The Ocean at the End of the Lane, I loved.
I've never read that.
And we did
Dark.
we read the Graveyard Book and not do it? Or did
Yeah, we
do
read the Graveyard Book.
Oh, I have the Graveyard Book. I love that book.
I've got the full cast recording of it where Neil Gaiman's the narrator and then it's got all the different voices, and I listened to it for a long time as my bedtime book.
What's the one that they just made into a TV show not too long ago? My other
Good
book
Omens?
club did it. Yeah, Good Omens. I loved Good Omens.
Good Omens
Yeah,
shaped
that's great.
my youth in a weird way. I read it like as a 7th grader. So
That's
like
great.
11 or 12.
It's amazing.
That's very funny. But wait, so you've never read American Gods, or you guys just didn't do it as a book
Oh,
club?
no, we just didn't do it as a book club.
Yeah, I've read it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's got the full
Hey,
cast
guy-
recording of that one too.
Meg, I have to say your house looks very adult.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Eventually there will be bookshelves there, but yeah.
Yeah.
You guys,
That's
you'll have to
awesome.
come there.
Yeah, it looks very
Oh,
mature.
nice. Yeah.
You have like a real adult person house now.
I'm so excited. I told Alicia, but I don't think I told you this Saturday. Jared and I are getting a puppy. That's
Which
why
one
I was
did you
so
get?
sad. I was so sad that I was sick. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have COVID and I won't be able to go pick up the puppy. So the puppy that I sent you the picture of that we applied for, they
Yeah.
got something crazy, like over 1,000 applicants. So the person emailed me and she was like, I have these 2 other litters that I haven't posted yet. Do you guys want to take a look at them? And I was like, yes. And there's a litter of, they're not sure what they're mixed with because unfortunately the mom was hit by a car, but they think it's an Australian Shepherd mix. And
Nice.
she's all white with brown around her eyes. And Jared and I have named her Mabel. And we've already bought her far too many things.
Oh my
And
God,
we
that's
will be
amazing.
picking her up on Saturday. But I just really like that I can say Mabel and Muppet when we go camping.
That's amazing.
I really love that your cat has a harness and goes camping with
Yeah,
you.
that's amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. I'm so excited. We were talking about if she gets really big, we got to train Muppet to be able to ride on her. But I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't know how Muppet would feel about that.
Yeah.
Oh, he would be fine. He is just lethargic, carry me around and love me thing. When we
Australian
go
Shepherds
hiking, he
are
walks for
very,
2 minutes and then the rest of the time he wants to be carried in the backpack so he can just watch.
Australian Shepherds are very active.
I'm excited.
It's gonna need a lot of work. Anywho, so
Sorry for everyone.
Club.
I mean, this is what we do. So it's like our own little talk show. So yeah, I like the premise of the book was good. It's a good introduction to the magic part of it. It was a good introduction to Murphy as a character.
Murphy gets more likable too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely
I
does.
did like her more than Dresden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't love all the ways that she was written. I was kind of like, what women would say that in this moment a little
Yeah.
bit, but I didn't like hate her or anything.
I do have to say, I have far less what woman would say that in this moment times with Dresden than I do with Stephen King.
I knew you were
Well,
going to Stephen King.
remember, Stephen King was in his early 20s. Like, it's not like, I think we all look at it like Stephen King now, who's like a 75-year-old man, and you're like, all right, well, he should know better. But he was 23 years old or whatever when he wrote that book. So like, he had no
Oh.
Not to
perspective.
mention doing drugs in the 70s.
Yeah, he literally had zero perspective. So, yeah, I always
Who was
forgive people for that.
Who is your favorite character, John?
In this book,
Yes.
I would say Bob. If not Bob, actually, it's funny. Like there are characters that I like you want to learn more about, like the Johnny Marcone character. Like I want to dig more into that background. There were characters that I found interesting. Bob's the most fun character for me, but there are definitely like other characters, and I know some of the things that are upcoming. So like you want to like jump into those other things. So yeah, it's interesting to me.
I will say that while Dresden gets more likable, he's never my favorite character.
Yeah. I don't think he's meant to be.
No, he's a very flawed character. And I think purposefully. So I can't wait till you meet Michael.
Wait, who's Michael? Does Toot Toot come back? Is Bob in every book?
Bob is in every book that I can think of and have read. Toot Toot does come back. He serves the Zal Lord. If I could ever do a group cosplay, it would be around Toot Toot and his fellows, because you meet fellows later. Like,
oh my gosh,
there's more than just Toot Toot.
Oh my god. You can just write fan fiction. You can write Toot Toot novels.
Yes. That sounds fantastic.
The life and times of
a whole
Toot
little
Toot.
army of fae.
You actually get very, like, I don't think John's gotten this far, but you get very heavy into the fae.
Oh, nice. I'm excited.
You have to get through werewolves and vampires first, but eventually you like.
That's coming up next. Spoiler alert. All right, cool. I don't think we need to draw this one out. I think this was a pretty easy, lighthearted one. For anyone who wants to join us in this rambling conversation that we do, next week we are doing Salem's Lot, so you have 7 days if you want to catch up on that real quick, or just jump in and talk to us 7 days. And that will be, if you go to bitesizedigital.com, there's a fun stuff page there, and you'll see our book club, and it's got the registration, which tomorrow we need to update and make sure the last 2 books aren't on there, and we update it to the next 3 books. And then
someone's falling behind.
Yeah, it's all good. We have to put that in as part of our process. Yeah. So we'll have that updated. And then the next book after that will be, I think we're skipping and we're doing Once in Future. What's the name of that book, Alicia?
Once in Future.
Yeah, Once in Future. Yeah. So I think we're doing that, and then we're heading back into Stephen King and Dresden after that. So Full Moon is the next Dresden one. So if anybody wants to read those, get a heads up on it, and we will be doing that. Otherwise, you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we wrap?
Other fun stuff you can check out. There's October happy hour coming up.
October 4th.
And then we've also got the D&D game going on. This week is just leveling up, but next week we're back into a new storyline, same characters, new storyline.
And we can, I forgot, if any of us ever do get COVID, God forbid, or we're sick, and we're working remotely, I can just pull them into OBS through my share a screen and bring them in through Zoom. So it's
or we can run them through my computer and use the capture card for that instead.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll work it out.
We can figure it out.
So yeah, if anybody wants to join us for our collaboration with Dungeon Havoc, that'll be today at 3:00 where we're leveling up
Eastern time.
And I have a call at 4 that was supposed to be at 5 that got moved to 4. So old Quinto is going to have to jump out and take a call at 4:00. But otherwise, we'll be on that, and then we'll have our happy hour next week or the following week, 2 weeks, whenever it is.
Yeah.
Next week would be the 4th, wouldn't it? Because the 1st is on Thursday. Did you say October 4th?
Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Days
It's the first Friday in October.
Yeah, first Friday in October.
October 2nd is next Friday.
Bingo. So it's October 2nd. We will be doing Whiz and Wine at 11 a.m. in the morning with Lisa Miles, who's a doctor. And
I'm so excited. She's
P.S. We'll let me stop going live and then I'll tell you guys something. So anyway, join us for our next book club, which is next week, and we will see you guys very soon. Thank you